We are back. We are back. We are back. We are back in this mother trucker. I am the Timu coach. I am the great value of podcasting content. I'm the one man marching band, the observer, the reporter of truth. I am Sky Daddy. Fo. But most importantly, I'm just here delivering a message. I'm just Charles, just delivering a message. We're going to be here for a good time, not a long time. And let me make sure my comment is already up. Put that on the screen because we could talk about whatever. Again, we're just being the church and we're supposed to fellowship on these things. And remember, a fellowship is just two or more, males only, find a man underneath a bridge. With women, we can converse with them, but we're absolutely not fellowshipping. We're not correcting and edifying them. When we give women directions, we're just telling them what it is. We're giving them directions. And that's just all it is. So we're not fellowshipping with a woman, but you can converse with them. There's a difference. And the difference is that, at the end of the day, it's going to come down to us as men and doing what we need to do. But I'm going to wait a hot second. I'm going to see how many people come in here. I saw a lot of people liked it when I posted it. And then hopefully you guys got to check out my street interviews. I was out here again and these, hold on, let me line it up. I was out here in these.
With me in these streets.
One more time now, y'all.
With me in these streets.
Yeah, let me make sure all my equipment's working properly. Hold on. All right, my camera looks good. And for people that are already here, shout out to you. Welcome. Get active in the comments. And we could talk about anything. Again, Sundays is my normal time. I like to get started around 2:30 and give people some time to roll out of bed, get the eye boogers out of their eyes, get undrunk from last night, and then they can come in here and come be the church. But today the topic is about monk mode, and it's just an introduction to monk mode. Again, I'm going full monk mode, and I want you guys to go with me. And what monk mode, and I'll show some clips that explain, exactly what monk mode is, and I'll also give my synopsis, my 2 cents, and what I see with monk mode. But I'm gonna do that challenge in September. So starting September 1st, we're gonna go monk mode. We're gonna raise our energy to a certain level, and I do want to address something right away, just right off the rip. I want to address this. Hold on 1 second. I gotta play this clip before I address it.
Talk is cheap, motherfucker.
All right, so what I want to address is this. Calling out so-called alpha males and masculine males. So for September, my challenge, a lot of people can pick things up and put things down. But how many people can deal with their mind? How many people can use their mind for the tool that it was designed for in order to operate in the most optimal way and put the real God first? So we hear about a lot of people being alpha males, masculine males, but what are they really doing? And what really is a man? What I see that a man really is someone who's going to put the most high first along with nothing else. And when I was doing these street interviews yesterday, I could just really see how a lot of these mothers, and it was crazy how many people I was running into that were there live with their mother. So it was excellent content. I'm going to chop it up throughout the weeks. I'll give you guys, clips here and there. We'll break it down throughout the week. And again, I plan on doing more street interviews, but a lot of people were actually in real time with their mother. And these mothers had egos all over the earth, just all around, just everybody. The dog, the squirrels in the woods. I mean, they control the concrete if they could. But I came across a really interesting family. Let me get that banner down. Shout out to that family. They were really cool. I feel sorry for the young man. Don't ever feel sorry for anything because it's evil. So let me rephrase that. I could see what that young man was going through. Arrested development, probably at one of the highest levels. I want to say that he was about 30 years old and he was still living with his mother, and his mother was there. And I want to say his girlfriend was there. And it was a perfect example of how fathers don't protect their children from their mothers. The father was there and didn't seem like he was protecting them. It seemed like she was the mother of everyone. She was even trying to be my mama. I wasn't about to go for that. Hold on, let me do this. If they try to be your mom, do this to them. One quick second. Let me roll that clip.
Cancel that bitch. I'll buy it now.
Dump her yesterday. Get rid of her. Dump her yesterday. But again, I'm not going to be here for a long time. I'm going to be here for a good time. And we're going to do a real stillness today. We're going to do a real energy strengthening. What I mean by that is 3 minutes. That's not typical. It's also not going to get you to a certain level of having optimum energy. So normally, and there's solar cycles, I'll break this down in a different video. I'll explain how when you make it to the age of 85, that can have some major effects as far as your energy vibrating at a certain level and transcending much easier. Look, and let me cook for a second. Hold on, I'm about to drop a bomb real quick. Let me also tighten my microphone real quick because I noticed it was jiggling, baby, in my last live stream here. But whether we address it or not, it's still going to be truth. So people deep down inside, when I'm doing these street interviews, they know that what I'm saying is true. They know that they hate their mothers. They know that it started in the womb. They can't refute my logic. You can't refute it. This is why I know this information is going to spread like wildfire, because I'm actually tapping. I'm tapping. Hit dogs holler. Hit dogs holler. So people know that I'm hitting on something that's real for them. This is why people are so quick to interview, because they know that that's there and they want to try to cover it up real quick. It's almost like I can see it on them and they don't want you to see it on them. So a lot of these street interviews that I saw, a lot of people were with their moms like in real time, and every single mother in various different ways was controlling the people that was around them. And for women, you guys can't help it. You can't help it. It's a spirit, because you are the weaker vessel that is going to cling to you. It's a dark spirit of loss. I don't subscribe to all that good and evil and all that blah, blah, blah. If you hear me mention it, it's merely just to be able to relate, to be able to speak to people. But it's a dark spirit given to you from your mother, and I'm talking to women specifically, that's made a home in you, and that you can never feel like you're fully fulfilled. So you have to control things around you, because it gives you a false sense of security and fulfillment. That's not how you do it, ladies. And for women out there, I'm just pointing it out. I'm not judging you guys. You're lost. You're definitely lost for it, which what some people would call it evil. But we have to identify it and we have to correct it. So I saw it time after time. The first guy that I talked to, he's going to do what most people do. You're crazy. And then run away holding his pussy. But I mean, that's a whole nother thing. That's how most people are going to address it. They're going to try to avoid it like it's not there. But for that family, it was a case study. An absolute case study as far as what's going on today and why so many people hate their mothers. And let me give one more shout out, because we got a decent amount of people in the chat already. Shout out to you guys. Hold on. But again, whether we address it or not, that dimension of hate, that dimension of feeling incomplete, it's always going to be there for you. So that's why I want to bring up this conversation. I am going to serve my time. I am going to deliver the message. But ultimately, I got a plane to catch. I know what direction my energy is going. And I know the work that I'm willing to put in, that I have put in. And I'm going to continue to beat that drum. But for you guys out there, take heed to the information that I'm trying to give to you right now, because it'll absolutely save not your life. It's going to save your soul. So we need to go and forgive our mothers for what they did to us. We're off track. We were not born to be imperfect. We were born to be perfect. Men out there, you were not born to have anger. If you have anger, you're a woman. Congratulations. Congratulations. Like, to be up and down, to have no sense of direction, to be lost. Hold on. Let me hit you with another bomb. You're lost. That's what. But at the end of the day, the choice is yours. Suffer and die. I mean, it's completely your choice. I'm just going to keep delivering the message. But let's get into monk mode. Monk mode is the period where we stop the bleeding. That's what I would call it. We stop the bleeding. We identify it. We see that we have anger. And now we've confirmed that. We've accepted that. Now it's time to do something about it. If you don't see this, as far as what I'm saying, sip on it, smoke on it, do whatever you got to do. Do this, the energy strengthening for 3 minutes in the morning, 3 minutes at night, and just observe. Just continue to observe, and I guarantee you're going to end up in this spot. But once you have arrived there, this is kind of like step 2, monk mode. Once you can see that that's there, then you're going to have to clean out your cup. And then from there, you're going to have to carry your cross until death. So what monk mode allows you to do is it allows you to thoroughly get a foundation. to thoroughly get a foundation, to know that you have a way that's optimal, to be able to do that. And ultimately, if you come short of the glory, all the glory to the Most High, you're still good. But I definitely want to start that challenge. And today's going to be an introduction to it. So at the end of this, at Solution O'Clock, like always, I'm going to do some energy strengthening, but not for 3 minutes today, boys and girls. Not for 3 minutes today, boys and girls. We're going to do ain't nothing like the real thing, baby. We're going to do the real thing today. We're going to do the real thing today. We're going to do 15 minutes of energy strengthening. And we're going to do this if you're down, if you're so-called masculine male, if you're so-called alpha. This sounds easy, right? Just sitting there with your hands turned over, right? That sounds real easy. It's easy peasy. Chuck E. Cheesy. 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes at night. I'll be there waiting on you. Let's get it. But if you can't do it, then maybe you're not who you think you are. Because where does everything else start at? It starts with our energy. So if our energy is not optimum, how can you not question anything else and think that that's not optimum as well too? So this today is going to just be an introduction to monk mode. Again, we're going to end at Solution O'Clock. I'm going to do 15 minutes of energy strengthening live. Hopefully you guys join me and we're going to have a damn good show. But here's the first clip, and shout out to the Hodge twins. I feel like I say that like almost every stream. I just like really saying that. Damn good show. All right, they say it much better than me. But here's the first clip. And again, this is going to be short and sweet. But here's a guy explaining monk mode. And all my clips, again, are less than 5 minutes. This one's actually less than a minute, but check it out.
Why have you got a problem with monk mode if you have benefited from it so much and it was such a powerful productivity tool for you? It's precisely monk mode's reliable effectiveness creates a problem because the dark side is that addictive lifestyle thing. Monk mode justifies a retreat from life and risk and self-adventure it justifies it as self-development, and it makes you feel noble in isolation, so much so that it can become hard to bring yourself back out. And this means that if you already have a tendency to live a sheltered, slightly unsocial life, you're encouraging yourself to further abscond away from ever building a real life support network, which is ultimately the thing you need the most in the long run.
Interesting. Yeah, I bet you guys thought I was going to big up it about everything. I do see there's a limit to it. There's a certain thing called biology. Again, we're cleaning out our cup. We're creating a foundation. This is going to be our go-to moving forward. So, and you want to stay on this path for as long as you can, but there are going to be certain factors in life that we're going to have to deal with, biology, society. So it's not a monk mode per se, where you run in the woods and you take your ball with you and you just isolate yourself from society. No, what monk mode is it's building your foundation. It's building your foundation to say, hey, this is the real God, and then this is the fake God. It's separating that. You're going to truly be able to see. Now, if you can stay on that path, that's going to be very interesting. That's going to be up to you and your energy. But at least you have your God-like insurance. You know exactly what is the right path now. You've tasted from the Holy Grail, and I guarantee you, if you go on this path, you do the 30-day challenge that I'm going to do in September, you will never have anger again. You'll never have anger again. And of course, I would sprinkle in, going to forgive your mom, observing that, and also going to forgive your father for not protecting you from your mom. But let me play that clip one more time. And this is what some of the side effects, so to speak, that monk mode would have. And tell me if you agree or disagree. And get in the comments, get active. That's what we're here for. You guys make the show, and thanks for watching. Let me play that, put that banner up, and then we're going to roll that clip one more time.
Why have you got a problem with monk mode if you have benefited from it so much and it was such a powerful productivity tool for you? It's precisely monk mode's reliable effectiveness creates a problem because the dark side is that addictive lifestyle thing. Monk mode justifies a retreat from life and risk and self-adventure it justifies it as self-development, and it makes you feel noble in isolation, so much so that it can become hard to bring yourself back out. And this means that if you already have a tendency to live a sheltered, slightly unsocial life, you're encouraging yourself to further abscond away from ever building a real life support network, which is ultimately the thing you need the most in the long run.
Spicy. Very, very spicy. That's interesting, right? So could you see that happening to you if you tried monk mode? Do you see that you're going to try to isolate yourself? Do you see you're not going to be interested in society? This is just an introduction to it. This is something that may have value, and I got the wrong banner up, so bear with me. All right. Shab that one up. And shout out to everybody that's here again. Let me hit you guys with one of this throughout the show. And get in the comments. Let me know if you agree with it. All right, so again, we're going to keep it moving and grooving. I'm going to try to keep this thing definitely under an hour and a half. I got people to see and things to do. And let you guys let me know if you like the street interviews. If you're interested in street interviews, if you would like me to bring up certain questions in the street interviews, if the audio sounds bad, give me some feedback on the street interviews. Let me know what you think. It's a lot easier to chop up that content. It's a lot less risky as far as getting a copyright strike or something like that. And also, I'm not sitting on my butt inside of a studio. I'm actually out here killing two birds with one stone, which is getting some exercise and having some great fellowships and conversations with people out here, which is what we're supposed to do, socialize. But here is the next clip, and let me make sure my camera is straight. And again, thanks for watching, whether it's live now or on the replay. But here's the next clip, and this is just another person giving their perspective on monk mode.
Have you heard of the term monk mode?
I have
For,
heard
like,
the
business?
term. In a sense, it's silly. So let's just understand. All you're doing is giving up some desire for a different desire.
It's really about eliminating all distraction. Any dopamine high that you could get, any pleasure, and you just focus on one thing. In this case, it's usually work related.
A lot of people strive for freedom, but what they really mean by freedom is slavery. So let's say that at 30 years old, you achieve whatever monk mode is supposed to help you achieve, and you have $1 billion in the bank. What does your life look like then?
Sounds like freedom.
So tell me what freedom is.
Ability of choice. To make the choices that you feel like you want to do in that moment.
So now let's understand what keeps you from making the choices that you want to make in your 20s before you have $1 billion.
Probably money would be a big source of that.
So right now, my internal self has a desire, and I'm unable to gratify that desire because of my circumstances. So all these people who want to be billionaires by the age of 30, they're gaining external freedom to become internal slaves.
Have you
Interesting. They're gaining external freedom to become internal slaves. I actually agree with that. I agree with that because a lot of people are not making the real God their God. And a lot of people just don't know. So this is what the 30-day challenge is for. This is what I consider monk mode, and there's going to be some different deviations to it. I also agree with the first guy that you don't want to stay monk mode forever, but you do want to be privy to this information and know exactly what the roadmap is to overcome it. And that's what monk mode is about. It's giving you a roadmap to show you how to overcome anger, to show you how to overcome your mom, to show you how to overcome hatred in your heart, having a heart of love and not a heart of stone. But what I seen with that family yesterday was that they had no love. They had a lot of puffed up quotes as far as the Bible and Jesus, and it was almost like a binky for them. Like, you know, when you take a baby's binky out, you know, they start to cry and stuff like that. But then when you put the binky back in, they're quiet right away. So when they can run and go to a quote or Jesus or, you know, questioning where my religion is at, that's what gave them the validation. But the truth is not in you. The truth is not in you. It's very simple. It has to be written in your hearts. And faith without works is dead. If there was a Jesus character that was to come today, his biggest enemy would be the so-called Christians, the people that have no love and can't see, but it's the blind leading the blind. But I digress. Again, let's make the real God our God. And that's exactly what spurred this video, is that I noticed that a lot of people, you know, would quote Jesus right away. But then when I would say, hey, can you see that, you know, just biology-wise, no religion, that we get anger from our mothers and it starts in the womb. What the? Immediately, you can see that they had no truth and no love in them. And because they had already pledged their divine feminine to their mothers. They had already been influenced by their mothers. And now booty was their God. Booty is absolutely their God. And what I mean by booty is their God, I just mean women, the logic, the nature. It's not even their nature. Just the nature of lostness was their God, because that's really what it is. A lot of guys, you know, that are addicted to booty, what it really is that they're trying to get something out of it that they lost. They're trying to ultimately get something out of it they lost. And I'm not saying that I'm judging anybody. You know, if you're not all into it like that, you're making the real God your God, that's one thing. But when you're not taking those necessary steps and you're just moving aimlessly, yeah, you'll be able to complete sentences. And let me take this down. Yeah, you'll be able to build things. Yeah, you'll be able to do fantastic things in so-called life. But what's more important? And what are you taking with you? Your energy or those things? And hold up. That is a bomb. Also, I'm definitely Kobe. And I'm not talking about the steak. All right, so let's keep this moving and grooving. I got 2 more clips, and I want to really get to the meat and potatoes, which is actually doing energy strengthening, the real deal Holyfield. So again, those 3 interviews will be chopped up throughout the week. But get in the comments for the people that are watching. Get in the comments. Let me know. Do you agree, disagree? That not all, not all, not all, but most people, including you, where my finger at, including you, hate their mothers. Get in the comments. Tell me if you agree with that. While I'm rolling this other clip, and again, this is going to be a very short video, so if you got something to say, better say it.
Mode is a state of extreme focus and discipline. It involves creating a structured routine and environment that promotes deep focus and productivity. This means eliminating all your distractions so that you focus on your goals and achieve your dreams. If you follow my monk mode protocol for at least 3 months, I will guarantee you will achieve your goals. To start monk mode, you need to set your non-negotiables. These are rules you have to follow no matter what. You will follow these rules every day during monk mode. So let's start with the most influential non-negotiable.
Good to have a little list like that.
Sleep replenishes your mental and physical energy, so having a low amount of it is detrimental, especially during monk mode. If you can't sleep, you won't be able to focus, which is the one thing we're trying to achieve, and trust me, no amount of meditation outweighs the lack of sleep. So for your protocol, set your first non-negotiable for sleep. I would recommend a goal of 8 hours with a bedtime of 10:30. A bedtime creates a habit, which makes it easier to follow. The next non-negotiable is at least 10 minutes of meditation a day. More is better, especially if you are starting meditation. Meditation is crucial during monk mode as it reduces stress and anxiety, increasing mindfulness and self-awareness, and improves concentration. After about 10 days, you will ask yourself, why am I so calm? It truly works and will ensure that you remain focused on your work. I recommend a free app called Medito. It is beautifully simple and has high quality meditation walkthroughs. Trust me, you will feel more mindful and will stop getting distracted by social media or friends. Another non-negotiable is no drugs or alcohol. It is detrimental to your body. Trying to justify it is a coping mechanism. There's literally no further explanation needed. One more non-negotiable is no masturbation or pornography. It has horrible consequences for your brain. If you want to know how semen retention changes your life, click the video in the top right corner of your display. But first, finish watching this video. Your last non-negotiable is 30 minutes of exercise per day. This includes weightlifting, calisthenics, running, or even walking. This can be whatever you want, as long as you're moving your body. For me, I skip, I go boxing with my friends, work out using gymnastic rings, and run regularly. Exercise reduces your stress, promotes better sleep, and
All right, I'll play the second clip of that in just a second. But those were all great steps when you're doing the monk mode. Again, I would add on doing energy strengthening, but it was nice. I actually, when I did my first monk mode, I created a list, and I try to, go so-called monk mode at least twice a year. Be aware of that. And if you don't complete the goal, this is something really important that I want to tell to people. If you go and try to do the challenge and you don't complete it, don't judge yourself. Don't judge yourself. Because again, we're just bringing a certain awareness to this. I'm just here delivering the message. So the worst thing you can do is delete yourself by judging yourself, which is having anger. And I was trying to explain that to that lovely family as well too, that anyone that has anger, you're actually deleting yourself. It's a poison for you. So it's going to absolutely, make you expire. And I got to use certain words because of the YouTube beast. But, it's absolutely not something that's beneficial to you. And let me get that banner up. Hate absolutely equals anger. And again, any man that has anger is a woman. And you get it from your mother. It's not natural. It creates a step. When you have anger, and you know that as a man, I'm just talking to my men right now. As men, you know that we have to be solution oriented in order to get to the goal. All anger did was create a step. All it did was create a step so that way you didn't achieve your goal. But it's natural. Yeah, when you do keep having bad habits and you do the wrong thing over and over and over again, like misspell a word or something like that, then you're going to think that right is wrong and wrong is right. So having anger logically for a man makes absolutely no sense. And you don't have the truth in your heart. Yes, you will say some truthful things, but the devil, which was very, she had the nature of her father, Satan. which was very similar to that mom with that family. It can recite the Bible backwards and frontwards 100 times, but it's still going to lead you down the wrong path. So hate is anger. And as men, we're absolutely not supposed to have anger. We're absolutely not supposed to have anger. But if you haven't done the necessary steps, it's going to be difficult not to have anger. That's for sure. All right, but let's roll that second clip. Just want to share that, guys, with you. And I'm also going to show you where a lot of guys, you know, because they pledge their divine, they've declared their pledge. Sorry, got tongue tied there. They declared their pledge to the divine feminine, to where now they can say something as goofy as, yes, there's justifiable anger and Jesus had anger and that there's righteous anger. No, it's hatred. And if you hate one, you hate them all. You have to be love. It's not something that you process. It's who you are. But here's the second clip.
Out using gymnastic rings and run regularly. Exercise reduces your stress, promotes better sleep, and boosts cognitive function, which is everything we need to maintain monk mode. So now that we have the non-negotiables over and done with, we can discuss your personal rules. Everyone's personal rules will be different, as we're all struggling with various things. Removing caffeine is a great personal rule. For example, every day I follow strict diet, drink at least 2 liters of water, do not consume caffeine, and wake up at 6:30. You will follow these every day like non-negotiables. They are crucial. So pause this video and write down these personal rules. Now that we have the foundations for monk mode in place, we can set our goals. You can't get anywhere if you don't know where to go. So setting goals provides a trajectory for you to follow. Right now, write down on a sticky note your goals and stick it on your doorframe. Read it every time you leave your room. You want these to be engraved into your brain so that you remain focused on them. You are more likely to achieve your goals if you're obsessed with them. Next, you should decide how long you want to undergo monk mode. I would recommend between 3 weeks to a maximum of 3 months. Otherwise, you will feel overworked. Monk mode is a period of hyper focus, and humans cannot be focused every day of the year. Even if it's a 3 to 4 day break, it's essential to recharge your battery and start monk mode again. Finally, you should try and eliminate all distractions. Delete distracting apps on your phone, set a screen time widget to take yourself accountable, and simplify your home screen. During monk mode, your phone will be your #1 enemy. Mindlessly scrolling and consuming content is a time killer and ruins your focus, so turn your phone on airplane mode during work so that your notifications do not kill your focus. Another way to eliminate distractions is to clean your workspace. A clutter-free environment reduces visual and mental distractions, allowing you to direct your attention to the task at hand. When your workspace is organized and tidy, you can better concentrate on your work without unnecessary items stealing your attention. You should also incorporate this behavior onto your computer. Clear your desktop and create an organized file structure so that you do not waste time searching for files while you work. You want to make working as effortless as possible to maximize efficiency. And that was the full monk mode guide. Out using gymnastic rings and run regularly.
Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Yeah, he's absolutely right. The phone's going to be the biggest distraction. That's going to be the toughest one for a lot of people because we're so invested with their phones. The amount of energy, the amount of time that we spend with them, the amount of stuff that we do on our phones. So trying to really detox yourself from your phone or create that separation, because you always want to keep a little separation between you and everyone and everything. And that's really what the energy strengthening is about. So that way you can become the real you. It's just you with the creator working through you and above you, doing the necessary works. That's what it's about. So monk mode's, we're creating awareness. This is essentially what monk mode is. Whether you do it, whether you don't do it, totally up to you. But you're creating a certain awareness that maybe I'm not optimal. Maybe I'm not the best version of myself. And what do you got to lose? So-called alpha males out there. Hold on. Let me put this on the screen. Guys that got a lot of money, got a big swinging stick, pause, no Clive Davis, that's tall and famous. I bet you can't do this. I bet you can't do this. I bet you can't go 30 days committing to nothing. I bet you can't do it. I want to see it. I'm going to do it for you on camera, and hopefully you do it with me. I want to see you guys get in the comments. And most importantly, what a lot of people that do watch this, it starts somewhere. Remember, a fellowship is just 2 or more. Like, of course, share, subscribe, but most importantly, share. This needs to go around. This is why our world is suffering. And during our time, I see that we could be the ones that make a difference. We're only here for a limited time. We can truly make a difference. We're not going to make a difference solely with what we've done and the material means on earth. It's going to be based off of who we are and what are we doing to improve who we are. So that's a message, again, that I'm just here to deliver. And so-called alpha males, guys that have status, money, strength, blah, 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 blah. I got a little message for you. Those who are praised shall be humbled. Those who are humbled shall be praised. All the glory to the Most High. All right, moving and grooving. Hopefully you take heed to that information. And what are we, 30 minutes in? You guys make the show. Does anyone have any comments? And I know I'm cooking right now. Hopefully you guys are thoroughly... Where's my clip at? I can never cue it up. Where is it at? Here you go. Hopefully you guys are thoroughly being...
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
Shout out to that clip. All right. I want to show that again. But a lot of people were trying to justify that it was okay to have hate. It's okay to have anger. And they were saying that you can control it and blah. I mean, that's contradictory to what hate and anger is. It's the definition of being out of control. It's the definition of being out of control. You're being led by your mind. You're being controlled by your mind. The thoughts are only going to build you up to let you down. And when you have anger and hate, you're listening to it. You're believing in it. And it's not you. And it's definitely not the Most High that's working within you and above you. So hate is anger. And the only reason that you see that it's real or that it's cool, especially to my men out there, it's because you haven't done the necessary works. And this is exactly why I wanted to make this stream, that let's bring this awareness. Even if people fall short of the goal, and there is no goal, never be ambitious about anything. It's not good for you. It's not you that's being ambitious, by the way. But even if you fall short and say, hey, in September, I'm not going to drink coffee. I'm not going to have sex. I'm not going to sleep with my phone next to me. I'm not going to do blah, 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 blah. And let's say you get 10 days out of that. Wasn't that big? Look at what you got out of that. Even at that level. And we're not giving any excuses, especially to my so-called alpha males out there. I'm calling you guys out. I'm not letting you guys off the hook. I want you guys to go on this journey with me because we're the ones that are going to move the needle. And I'm not calling myself an alpha male. I don't subscribe to all that nonsense. It's either masculine or not masculine, but I'm definitely masculine. And for those guys, go on this challenge with me. Let's see if you got it. Let's comment. Let's make this world what it was intended to be. If we say that, hey, look, we're on top, but during our time, women were sluts. Men were slut makers. Children were lost. Boys were effeminate. Girls were fake masculine. And we were in charge of that. We got to hold that L, fellas. We got to hold that L. So let's make the real God our God. All right, I've done enough ranting. Let's get to what we're here for. Again, I told you I'm not going to be here for a long time. I might be out of here in an hour. And if you guys are enjoying the show, or if you do, actually, I want to play this clip really quick, just because I had it queued up, so I got to do it. But if you guys do see that it's okay to have hate, it's okay to have anger, it's absolutely okay to discriminate. I mean, you discriminate with your shirt that you have on today. You could have chosen another shirt. So you can't force people to love you. But if you see that hate and anger is acceptable and it's something that we should it's just normal part of life.
Stop it. Get some help.
Stop it. Get some help. Get some help. But again, let's do what we're here for. Enough of me ranting. We're going to do energy strengthening, and we're going to do it for 15 minutes. And this is the challenge. This is the challenge. Maybe yours is only 5 minutes, but you do it every morning, every night for 5 minutes. That's cool. Maybe you can come back to this next month. Maybe you can build it up month after month. But if you do want to be optimum, 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes at night, keep that consistent. Consistency is the key. Pray without season. That's what that means. I don't care what book it came from. I'm not trying to have some pissing contest with people that Bible thumpers that know more than I know. And then they still have so much hatred in their heart. They still have no love. They still can't love all. They can't answer basic questions like, do you love all white people? Oh, I love all people. What about white people? All people. It's a definitely a gotcha question, and they fall for it every time because there's no love. They get exposed right away. So this is doing the works. This is having true faith. You don't need to have belief when you have faith. So we're going to do 15 minutes of energy strengthening. This is how I'm going to perform it in September. God willing that I'm still here and that I'm able to do this. But I want you guys to try it with me. And if you can only last for 10 minutes, 11 minutes, 4 minutes, 3 minutes, give God what is God's, but give Caesar what is Caesar's. All the glory to the Most High. But with that being said, I'm going to play this clip and we're going to get into it.
Talk is cheap, motherfucker.
All right, and this is good for me too because this would be my second stillness of the day. Energy strengthening. I typically do this 3 times a day as far as improving my energy. I definitely try to put God first along with nothing else, which is the true definition of being a man. So this is also a win-win situation for me as well too. So I'm going to go ahead and set my timer. And then when we're done with this, I'll ask you a few questions. What did you see? Did your arm twitch? Did it sound like the door opened? And get into your prayer closet, which just means that you're in a space where you can do it, even if it's in the bathroom. But definitely get somewhere that's comfortable. You know, if you need a pillow or something like that, go ahead and get that. Maybe even something that, you know, that can protect your back, give you a little bit of support back there as well too. And then whatever is happening to you, just let it pass. Now, if you hear like a fire alarm or something like that go off, of course, come through. See what that is. Deal with that. But if it's something just normal, and even if you say, well, I just seem like I'm just sitting here with my eyes closed. It seems like it's not working, like I'm faking the funk with a nasty dump. Even if you're doing that, it's still going to work for you. I guarantee it. Even if you're doing that, it's absolutely still going to work for you. Because look at your position of your body. You're calm. You're breathing properly. Your spine is erect. Those are things that are going to be really good. So when these heightened situations come for you, whether it's thoughts or whether it's things in real life that you see that you know that are out of control, you're going to immediately go back to that because that's how you made your energy now. So give me about a minute here. I got to use the men's room and then we're going to get to it. Don't go anywhere. 15 minutes of energy strengthening. And actually, if you guys are enjoying the show, I got to give myself a shameless plug here. All right, stay with me now. And also in the description box, there's a new way to donate. So if you have Apple Pay, again, we are donating to me doing this full time. So if you would like to hear more of this content, you appreciate the content, is giving you some value in your life, help me do it full time. And we're going to need resources. So it is what it is. But here we go. That's how you can donate. That's the main way. But you can also find the Apple Pay number in the description box. And if you do donate to your boy, I'm going to be like this.
I'm rich. Hey.
I'm rich. Hey. All right. Give me about a minute here. Don't you go nowhere. And my now later gate is going to step over you. I'm going to just play the countdown thing and then use the bathroom, come right back, and then we'll get right into energy strengthening. Stay with me. And let me get that off the screen. But again, you can find that information in the description box. But I'll see you guys in just a second. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Oh man, where did everybody go? Run, run as fast as you can. You can't escape me. I am the overcoming man. And it's inside of all of us. Come on back. Come on back. I'm back. We're back. But anyway, you guys can catch it on the replay. We're getting ready to do it. So let's make it happen. Again, try to take your phone, move it away from you if you can. Any other devices? I'm doing this live, so there's certain things so that way you guys can see me that I can't remove. But if you are doing this, on your own at home or something like that, definitely try to move the devices away from you because they give off a certain vibration and a certain type of frequency that's going to affect you to a certain degree. So you definitely want to try to be away from that as much as possible. And then again, just observe your thoughts like you're watching a movie. Just let everything pass. Just know that none of it's truth. That you're sitting there in a calm position, and that this shall pass, and that your energy is being strengthened. With all that being said, I'm going to take these off now, and we'll get right to it. Set your alarms. Make sure I got mine set, and here we go. And remember, turn your hands over like this. Sit up as straight as possible. See a natural focus in between your eyebrows. And just breathe. All right? And this is what we're going to do all of September. It's time to wake up, people. It's time to wake up. We're going to start with our energy. So let's get it. This is how we do it. All right. That's what it looks like to make the real God your God. Let me update that banner. That's what it looks like. If you did do it with me, or you just do it, for a shorter period of time, so many thoughts. So many thoughts coming and going. None of them staying. None of them sticking around. And when you do start doing the energy strengthening, you're going to see that it seems like something's trying to pull you away from it. It's just your attachment. That's the opposite of love, is attachment. So this attachment that you made, when you weren't aware, is going to try to keep you with it. All that's totally normal. So all those thoughts that'll come, all those thoughts that'll go, all that's totally normal. Your arm twitching, blah, 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 blah. All that stuff is totally normal. Just stay with it. Stay with it. Stay with it. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. But that's what we're going to do in September. That is your introduction to monk mode. And again, I'm calling out the so-called alpha males out there, so-called masculine males out there. Where do you get your strength from? I'm curious to know. Where do you get your strength from? But here we're just being the church. My podcast and why I created my channel was to add value, to not just keep talking about the same things over and over and over and just giving you just, placebos and just corn for you to constantly feed on, to actually give you some value that you could take with you throughout your day. So I see a lot of people, and of course, there's a lot of great channels where people show people how to do things mechanically, how to do things art-wise, but when do we improve our energy? So what I did today, 15 minutes of energy strengthening, that's what the goal would be in September. And first thing in the morning, last thing at night. And again, all those thoughts that were coming and going is totally normal. But if we are at the 1 hour mark, I'll give it a little bit longer, see if anybody climbs in. I don't see a whole lot of people in the chat. So with that being said, if I have to stay any longer, I have to charge you. Peace. Thanks for watching.